The ERL welcomes you to race number 6 of the ERL INDYCAR series. We are here in mid-Ohio as the drivers now coming across the line to start their lap behind the pace car. We're expecting to see lap times under 1 minute for the most part. We might see some lap times close to a 56-second time. But as for our qualifying order, Max Bortcar starts on pole, our reigning World Drivers' Champion, in front of Linus Eriksson and Enoch Yu, the top 3, all multi-season INDYCAR drivers. If not, they've been here since race 1. Then Ray Shen in the 33 starts 4th from Akari and Sanchez. Then it's Niven Colby, Massey Medvec, Gabriel Labartin, and Armand Creel, winner last time out at the Glen. Tommy starts 11th from Oakwee, Milsos, Micah, Gasly, Bob Marino, and Awful Catfish, who in his bid for the championship needs some better qualifying performances. Same can be said for Carson Thornburg, Weck, Loco, and championship leader Devin Butler, who dropped his championship lead in half and now only leads by 10 points. Then it's Hudson, Lam Fong, and Lewis Olsen in the 95. So for Max Bortcar, his job today, as he's starting on the mediums, it is to try and have a longer first stint. He's going for the overcut compared to Linus Eriksson and Enoch Yu. For the number 25 for Power Motorsport, this is a great position to be in. He scored his first points a few races ago, I believe at Surfers Paradise, with a race win. But now, as they come through the final 2 turns, Bortcar, the reigning Drivers' Champion, who doesn't really seem to be in the championship fight in Season 3, he's going to lead the field away. It's race 6 in the ERL INDYCAR series, and we get underway. Heading up through turn number 1, and you can see exactly the types of lines that most drivers are going to want to take. Catfish looking to the inside of Bob Marino, but he doesn't manage to take 15th. You're seeing drivers near the back of the pack going too wide, but meanwhile up front it is still Max Bortcar at the head of the pack from Eriksson and Yu. Meanwhile, Shen and Akari fighting over 4th. As it currently stands, Akari Lopez will be leading the championship without taking a single race win. But that 10 car needs to be on rails, because right now it is going out from underneath him. Coming through the second sector then with car number 10 of Akari, and up the hill through the final sector rather. And this double turn, in qualifying we've seen incidents at that wall just because of how it's placed, but in the race it should only be an issue if you're going 2x2. And OQ set a fast lap. Matty Medvec's gone a 53.7. That's the type of lap times that we should have expected to see in qualifying, but of course we had a wet qualifying, so we couldn't exactly see what the lap times were going to be like here in mid-Ohio. Linus Eriksson, we've missed the pass for the lead down at turn number 3, but Bortcar's coming back at him. Attack mode is online, and we've got yellows. Full course caution. It is Milsos Micah out of the race for the Polish driver for Sims Motorsport. Also getting a 5-second time penalty with a collision with whatever driver he racked out with. And honestly, I cannot tell you who it was. It might have been with Pierre Gasly. Checking the rest of the pack, and I think, yes, we are getting confirmation now from Power. It was with Pierre as the full course cautions end. But the number 8 car of Linus Eriksson leads us back to green in front of Bortcar and Enoch Yu. For Linus, the Swedish driver needed to make the move when he did, and he's going to be glad with the fact that he did make that move where he did. We're on board with the number 90 of Armand Creel in 11th as they now head up the hill. Bortcar's closing in though with attack mode. Heading into turn 3, not able to get anywhere near close enough to make the pass. Weck Loco further back with his 3rd track limits warning. On board we go with car number 10 of Akari Lopez, budding championship leader. Here he comes, going down the inside and up into 3rd position. Akari trying to become the first man to win a championship in both Formula E and INDYCAR, as he now stays alongside with Enoch Yu and drops back down to 4th position. He's in front of Ray Shen for now, but can he get past the Hong Kong driver in front of him as those soft tyres beginning to grain up a lot more around this rapid Mid-Ohio circuit. INDYCAR with attack mode, same can be said for INDYCAR as they head up into turn number 1. It's a rise up the hill and out of it for the entire pack to funnel out of. On board we go with Max INDYCAR. Gabriel Lebarg's in with a track limits warning. He's going down the inside. The Dutch champion to the lead here in Mid-Ohio. And it is Max INDYCAR who leads from Linus Eriksson and INDYCAR because Eriksson doesn't have attack mode and Thornberg's off. Carson Thornberg and Bob Marino have come together. Marino drops down the order, drops to the back of the pack, but does manage to get it back going again. Thornberg was off the track for a second, and we've still got yellows down there, but they've cleared it up. Carson Thornberg's got front wing damage, so he went into the back of Bob. And for the Mexican driver to be at the back of the pack with a penalty, no less, that is race ending. Same could be said for Carson with that front wing damage. On to lap 6 of 17, and we've got yellows. Who's off? Oh, that's major front wing damage for Prix. And it just looks like he rode the wall, and he's into the wall! The lack of downforce coming back to bite the Hyperdrive BBX driver. As now, he's gonna have to come through the rest of this lap, managing that damage as Eriksson is closing up to the back of Linus Eriksson. What? Of Max INDYCAR, rather, off the track for Prix. Almost cuts across Dominic Hudson there. Track limits warning for the number 99, but he's going to drop down the order quite substantially with that loss in downforce. Just a note on some drivers who have come into the pits. Armand Creel, Carson Thornberg, Catfish and Lewis Olsen, they've all come in, and we've got a full course caution. It's Matty Medvac. Matty Medvac is out of this race, and it's at the same place where Prix hit the wall, but this time he is out. That's his day over. In comes Tommy, and a lot of drivers who are coming in now are getting a free pit stop. What that means is that due to the entire pack being under slowed conditions, if you come into the pits, even if you have to adhere to the pit lane speed limit, it's not going to be that bad compared to at full racing speed as we get back to full racing speed. In comes Prix to fix that front wing, thanking his lucky stars that he didn't crash out, so he can still get some necessary points for that Hyperdrive BBX team. We've got a McLaren 2-3 forming up here as Akari. He's come out of the pits behind INDYCAR. INDYCAR is on that race leader, and we've got another yellow flag. It is Carson Thornberg. Oh my goodness, he's just stopped on track. Oh dearie me, what is happening coming out of one? It's a massive pile-up. That's Olsen out. We've already had Medvac out, but my goodness. Hudson's dropped to the back of the pack. Both Hyperdrive drivers involved in that, and I think, yes, Catfish has got front wing damage. He's going to have to pit again. What happened to Thornberg? So we're on to lap number 8. INDYCAR, Eriksson, and Colby all into the pits. That was a massive shunt. Hudson's lost his entire front wing column. And now INDYCAR's re-emerged in second. He's got the net race lead, and Eriksson's leapfrogged in front of INDYCAR. Akari is the major loser in all of this, because now he's in 5th. Colby now finds himself up into 6th position as Gasly, Lam Fong, they come into the pits as the last drivers who are yet to make their stop, apart from Ray Shen, who's done 8 laps on his mediums. Armand Creel, the man joint second in the championship, has gotten a track limits warning as down the inside comes INDYCAR up into 3rd position for the Hong Kong driver. And we've got another yellow flag, and this time it's awful Catfish, and he stopped in the middle of the track too. His teammate hits him. Prix into the back of his own teammate, into the front of his own teammate rather. And this is the second time in a row where we've had a full course caution for a driver who's hit the wall after losing their front wing. And then someone runs into them. This time we didn't have an almighty pile-up, thankfully. But Pri's now got a 5-second time penalty for causing that collision, according to the ERL stewards. In comes Shen. And he'll drop far down the order. Losing out big time due to that caution period. As here comes Ericsson down the inside on an OQ to take P2 as an OC forced off the track. We've got a four-way fight for second here. It's Colby versus Akari versus you versus Linus Ericsson. Ericsson currently in front of these four drivers. As we go on board with the 10, I must reiterate this, out of the guys fighting for the championship lead this season, he is the one who currently finds himself in the best opportunity to leave here as the champion. Down the inside comes an OQ. Side by side he goes with the 8, and in fact, he might be able to get in front. They remain side by side, but an OC having to take the outside line. He's fallen victim to Niven Colby. Colby, the winner of the first IndyCar race, through acrimonious circumstances. Lam Fong with a track limits warning, that's his second of the day. As you can see, Akari now all over the back of that white, pink, and blue not even hyperdrive car, that's a Sims high-speed car. Ericsson's gone off the track, and now that's allowed an OQ to try and get alongside him. All of this infighting has actually meant that now the guys behind him are losing time to Max Bortcar, but down the inside goes an OQ. Colby maintains fourth. Attack mode for Linus Ericsson sees him reclaim second position, and now he's going to have to chase after Max Bortcar if he wants that first ERL Series win. Gasly with a new fastest lap of 52.9. He's absolutely flying in that red, black, and white Power Motorsport car. The dark mode version of Power Motorsport, as it has been dubbed by fans. As you can see, Ericsson's actually pulled roughly about 2 seconds on the group behind him. Akari's dropping back on Niven Colby because he's on the soft, so you might see the number 10 come into the pit soon. 6 laps to go here in the ERL INDYCAR Grand Prix of Mid-Ohio, as Tommy comes into the pits for his second stop. Medium tires going on for the Hong Kong native. And Armand Creole of France also coming into the pits for the man who took his maiden race win last time out. Another set of softs going on that could see him to the end of this race, or it could see him have a puncture near the end of this race. It's very hectic in the pits in terms of the strategy. Kui comes in now serving that time penalty. Soft tires going on for the hyperdrive man, whose teammate will not have the opportunity to leave here as the championship leader. But Max Bortcar, he knows what it's like at the front of the championship, as he now goes on to start lap number 12. And out of the pits comes Kui, a lap down now. Creel's got a third track limits warning further back. Akari comes in and straps on another set of softs. The fight for third here between an OQ and Niven Colby. And is that a slow-moving McLaren? No, that's Kui in front of him. Kui going slowly and in fact holding up the two drivers behind. Has to let him go by now. Is that going to impact their hopes of trying to finish second today? We won't know until the checkered flag falls, of course. But Bortcar in the 29 leading the pack, as I readjust the microphone to be closer to my mouth. Devin Butler, the championship leader, heading into this race with a second track limits warning. Haven't mentioned Devin all that much throughout this race because he's been outside of the top 10. His teammates been given a 5-second time penalty for track limits. We've got 4 to go, as that's, I think that's Bob Marino, yes, all over the back of Max Bortcar coming out of turn 1. We go on board with the 37, the Sims high-speed car of Niven Colby. Is Colby going to try and go down the inside there? He's not, but an OQ went very wide going out of 3. That's helped him. He goes alongside and in front of an OQ. Good move from Niven Colby with attack mode, heading down into turn number 4. As they now round through 5, Lam Fong and Wek Loco both come into the pits. Wek Loco of Hungary will have to serve that penalty. 5-second time penalty for Akari Lopez. Track limits. Track limits penalty for the number 10. He's not in the position to try and take the championship lead right now. Even so, that's really unfortunate for him. And we've got yellows in the third. Yellows in sector 3. And that's an OQ. Front wing damage for him as Bortcar and Colby both come into the pits. Out of the pits there comes Wek Loco. off the track for an RQ who gets a 5-second time penalty for track limits. He's being followed closest by Oakwe, who doesn't have attack mode, but I expect him to maybe try and go and unlap himself. He goes off the track again and into Kui, who gets a 5-second time penalty for colliding with a Hong Kong driver. Bortcar, that's not Bortcar, that's Sanchez rather. Sanchez, who's had a pretty bad day so far, he could try and unlap himself too. For Kui, this is terrible. How is he gonna get himself further closer to the back of Linus Eriksson now? He's got so much damage, and it's hindering his downforce quite a lot. Shen with a track limits warning further back for McLaren in 11th position. Meanwhile, Enoch's just trying to keep these drivers behind him. He's likely to pit as Work Loco gets a track limits warning of his own. 2 to go. And anything can happen in the ERL, and often does. That's what we always say, but I didn't think we'd see this much of everything happening, because Linus Eriksson leads by 16 seconds. Tommy's been given a track limits warning as he's in the slipstream of Niven Colby. Looks to the inside and goes off the track, close to the wall. It out. Oh my goodness. That's impressive from the 45. Joined the ERL in Season 14, and you can see what 10 seasons of experience can do for you. Because for the 45, I'm just shocked how he kept it out of the wall. Gabriel Labarton under threat from Niven Colby, who with attack mode and push to pass rather in tandem moves up into 4th position on the road. But of course these time penalties are going to impact some drivers. For Akari, he's still got that net P3 as in comes Kui on the penultimate lap of this race. Linus Eriksson, he's run an amazing race so far. He won't be able to pit again. He's going to have to take good care of those Firestone hard compound tyres. Max Bortcar, the reigning champion, is closing in at a rate of knots. I said it was 16 seconds a few laps ago. Well, it's only now roughly 10. Work Loco with the track limits warning as there goes Tommy past Gabriel Labarton. Creole gets past Gasly in his bid to try and get himself further up the order in terms of the championship. Devin Butler's now up into the top 10, so will be scoring points today, as Enoch Q closing into the back of the Team Penske man in front of him. And for Linus Eriksson, he's got one more lap to go to become the first Swedish driver, the first man under a Swedish nationality to win in the ERL. Of course, Marcus Nelson claims 3 nationalities but races under the Danish. And for Linus Eriksson in the 8, he's gone through Sector 1 on this, the fastest, most fearsome track on the calendar so far. Creole's about to get passed by Shen. Here comes the 33, but just can't get past. He'll get attack mode and attack charge. Keep an eye on the timing tower for that battle. Butler's gone off. Devin Butler has been given a 5-second time penalty for causing a collision. That's going to take away any and all hopes of points for the championship leader, and that's because of Kui holding him up. There's been no hold-ups for the number 8, though. Linus Eriksson rounds the final turn as an ERL race winner. He wins in Mid-Ohio. Dominic Hudson's been given a time penalty for causing a collision, too. As Wet Loco... Oh, it's a full car puncture for Gasly. That explains everything. Wet Loco has been classified a lap down. And for Kui, he's set a fastest second sector of anyone. Gasly's got a full car puncture. Gabriel Labarton was struggling at the line, and we've got yellows in the first sector. Wow, what a finish already. Gasly will be classified as 14th no matter what happens to him. Lam Fong not able to get past Butler on the track, but will be classified in front due to his time penalty. And, oh, yikes, that's just an ouch moment for Pierre. Hasn't really done anything wrong today. Sorry for hitting the mic there, but you know, you just hate to see it. You hate to see a race end like this. We've seen a race win decided by this already this season, and you hate to see a race ended with this, as he now finally makes his way through the final turn. And yeah, the new policy to have drivers finish with the full car puncture, I don't really like it that much. It's unsafe. But this is your podium. And for the first time, a Swedish driver wins in the ERL. Linus Eriksson takes victory in Mid-Ohio from Max Bortkar and Akari Lopez. What good company does the 8 have around him? Then, off the podium, you've got Niven Colby, Gabriel Labargson, Armand Kriol, Ray Shen, Tommy Inokyu, and Lam Thong, so a double point score for Revolution Racing. Outside of the points, you've got former championship leader Devin Butler from Bob Marino, Dominic Hudson, and Pierre Gasly. Outside of the lead lap, your finishes were 15th place, Wack Loco, Daf Sanchez, and Oakwe, and your non-finishes were Catfish, Thornburg, Olsen, Medvec, and Micah. In the driver's standings for the first time since season 15. Imagine thinking back that far in Formula E. Well, Akari Lopez now leads the way. 4 points in front of Linus Eriksson, who's only 1 point in front of Devin Butler. Then it's Armand Kriol, Max Bortkar, Arthur Catfish, Gabriel Labargson, Daf Sanchez. The top 8, they're certainly in a brilliant championship fight. Then it's Carson Thornburg, Anok Q, Niven Colby, Bob Marino, Pierre Gasly, Matty Medvec, Oakwe, Ray Shen, Milsos Micah, Lewis Olsen, Dominic Hudson, Wack Loco, Tommy and Lam Thong in the constructors' standings. Heading into the next round of the championship, Apex Pinnacle leads the way, 20 points in front of Andretti Green Racing. Then it's Aaron McLaren SP, Team Penske, Hyperdrive BBX, AJ Foyt Enterprise, Chip Ganassi, Power Motorsport, tied with Chip Ganassi. Then it's Sims High Speed, Maya Shank Racing, and Revolution Racing. We will see you guys next time then when the ERL IndyCar Series returns.